It's common today to group cloud platforms into two big categories, two different approaches to offering this service. The first is called IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service. And the idea is that users, like developers, can create virtual machines on demand from a library of pre-existing VM images. The alternative approach is commonly called Platform as a Service, PaaS. Here, developers don't create VMs directly. Rather, they provide an application to the platform, which the platform then runs. They say, here, platform, here's my app, run my app. To give you a better sense of this distinction, let me walk you through a couple of simple scenarios. Suppose that this developer wants to deploy a multi-tier application on a cloud platform using IaaS. She's presented with a library of VM images, and so she chooses one of those images and creates a virtual machine for her application's database. Very likely, that VM image has in it the actual database she wants to use, the DBMS, SQL Server, MySQL, whatever. She then chooses a VM image and creates VMs for her application. In this case, the VMs have in them a web server, such as IIS or Apache, and she creates more than one because her application will have multiple logic tiers to handle load balancing. Next, she creates her database and creates tables and adds data. Then she installs her application in the VMs. And now she probably configures a load balancer to handle routing traffic to these different VM instances. Great. The application is now able to accept requests from users. Wonderful. There's one more thing. Probably she has to deal with some aspects of administering this environment. For example, suppose one of the VM images that she's chosen to use in her VMs is patched. It's up to her to decide when and how to deploy that patched VM image. IaaS works like this, and it's a good approach. The alternative, however, PaaS, looks like this. The same scenario in PaaS effectively presents the developer with what looks like a pre-existing application platform. It might not really be there, but it's as if the platform already exists. And so all she has to do is create her database, her tables, add her data, deploy her application, and run. Everything else is done for her. Load balancing, dealing with future updates to the operating system images, all of those things. PaaS is simpler.